Hey y'all, what's poppin'? Thanksgiving has come and gone. We have turkey leftovers that have been transferred to like turkey soup, casserole, sandwiches, whatever. Inboxes have been blowing up with sale notifications left and right for Black Friday and Cyber Monday. We even had our own sale here going on at Off the Mark IP Solutions. But the one person that came out on top without any doubt is Super Scent. She is the owner of the black-owned cosmetic line, The Crayon Case. Let me tell you, this sister's from Louisiana. She earned $1 million in 90 minutes. 90 minutes, y'all. I've seen this story like all over my timeline, but one of my lovely subscribers shared some tea with me, which I'm going to spill here today. Prior to launching her brand, Super Scent received a cease and desist letter from Crayola for infringing on their trademark. This made me really curious because I know that crayon is generic and it's not owned by Crayola, so I was wondering what the issue was. Let me tell you, on my hunt to find the answers, I found a new favorite cosmetic line and a new favorite social media personality. Her line is like way more than just crayons. Think back to like school shopping for your kids, right? You're going to need crayons, but you're also going to need pencils, erasers, notebooks, Sharpies, chalk for the teachers. It's so super cute. And what I love about Super is that while her friends and followers were going super hard for her when she received that cease and desist letter, and then when Crayola came out with their own makeup line, you know, they were going crazy and all in the comments and things, she took the time to educate them and tell them to slow their roll. She admitted that she moved like a lot of new businesses, which is come up with a great idea, but don't do any research to make sure that you're infringing on someone's brand. And she just moved ahead without looking. She stated that when she came up with the crayon case, she wanted to make sure that it didn't look like Crayola. But however, because she didn't do her research, aka do a trademark clearance search, she didn't know that Crayola actually owned that green and yellow, what she was using on her products. It was part of Crayola's brand, which was protected by federal trademark registration. And so the cease and desist letter she received from Crayola was a lesson that she now applies whenever she comes up with a new product idea, which is look to make sure that it's not infringing on anyone else's, especially considering the unique product packaging that she has. When people think of cease and desist letters, they automatically think of harsh and mean and threatening. This cease and desist letter, it wasn't the case. It was really just to make sure that to make her aware that she was infringing on their brand. Crayola didn't assume that she knew that they owned the colors green and yellow and that she was intentionally infringing on their brand. And I think you need to take note of that as business owners. When you find yourself in a position where someone is infringing on your brand, take the time and send them a letter asking them to stop. You don't have to be ugly with them. You don't have to punch them in the face because they're infringing on your mark. Take the time and say, hey, this belongs to us. I think there was a misunderstanding. I also believe that they handled it this way because they didn't want to be the bad PR of being the big brand bullying on the small business owner, right? I love that Super Scent acknowledges and respects that Crayola has the right to keep people off their brand because it doesn't matter how much money they have. Remember, if they don't protect their trademarks, they lose it. And the money they get based off of their brand recognition starts to dwindle because the market will become situated. It's important to note that while Crayola is stepping into the makeup game, that's not the only reason they were able to prevent Super from releasing her original product packaging. Although trademarks usually prevent others from using the same or similar mark in the same or related class, certain brands, that is famous brands, don't have those same restrictions. These brands are able to prevent anyone in any class from using their mark by claiming that the use of their mark will dilute their brand, meaning it will take away from the uniqueness that they worked so hard and put so much money in to create. All right. I was so excited to learn that Super does have a registered trademark for not only Crayola case, but one other mark, plus she has 4 trademark applications pending. I believe that this entire ordeal taught her the importance of owning your brand. And she has such unique packaging for her products. I wonder if she's considering registering those packages as trade dress. So trade dress is a form of trademark protection that protects the visual appearance or product or packaging. And just like any other trademark, The packaging must be distinctive, meaning that when people see this packaging, they think of your company. And in this case, with her products, I'm sure that they will. Also, while the packaging must have a unique, meaningful, and deliberate function, it cannot be necessary in order for the product to work. So in this case, Super Scent has a makeup palette, and I think it's held inside of a composition notebook, right? So the palette, its makeup, has to be held in something, right? But it doesn't have to be held in this unique design that she came up with. So that's what we mean by trade dress and the functioning and how it can't be necessary. So an example of trade dress would be the Coca-Cola bottle, that original glass bottle, Reader's Digest magazine, Louis Vuitton's red bottoms, and the list really goes on. So our three takeaways from today's show are: 1, look before you leap. Make sure to complete a trademark clearance search to avoid trademark infringement. 2, it's your responsibility to protect your brand no matter how big you get. Remember, the bigger you are, the harder you fall. This doesn't mean that you have to punch them in the face when you see them infringing, but it does mean that you need to say something to them and put a stop to it, okay? 3, if the packaging of your product is unique, you should probably consider protecting it with a trade dress to avoid replicas and brand confusion. Make sure you check out the crayon case, and that's all I have for you today. Remember, if you found this information useful, share it with your friends, subscribe, and leave a review. All right? Take care.